Today's discourse is Warriors of the Light. Many of us have heard that we are warriors of the light or warriors of the rainbow. We're specifically focusing on warriors of the light because we know light is all colors, also shining through. When we hear warrior, especially in today's culture with the media and the movies and everything, and the cartoons, and scripture teaches us a lot about warriors. Many people associate it with violence or battling, or lifting, your sword or your bayonet. As warriors of the light, this has a different context. Although we may need to use a sword occasionally, it is more for clearing ourselves. But that's not what this is about. Being a warrior of the light is asking us to lay down the sword, to stop the battle, to transmute darkness into light. And as we teach here, as we're being taught here at the Spirit of the Lotus, it starts with us. To be a warrior of the light is to stand in the light and face the darkness with love. So, this can be very tricky because some of us, it's all happening here. It's all here. So as soon as it comes back to this perfect awareness and presence, being in the presence, and these challenges come into our consciousness. Challenges like poverty consciousness, fear, beating ourselves up, thinking that we're not good enough for one thing, or we don't have enough, or we don't give enough. So, our past is another one. Our past. How the past can come in and say, well, do you remember what you did that time? That wasn't very good. Or if you would have chose that path, then your life would be better now. You made a mistake. You're living your mistake. Or you don't come from a very good family, so you're probably no good yourself. Or your religion isn't the most popular religion, and you always have to struggle to have a seat at the table or feel like you matter, or that you're, what are we hiding? Are we hiding something? All of these things come in, whether consciously or unconsciously. All these different little bits of darkness. I mean, we'll call it darkness for the sake of this discourse. Things that we want to hide in the dark. Things that we want to put under the basket so nobody sees, including ourselves. Because we don't want to see it either. Because it's too difficult to deal with. It might feel like an obstacle that we can't get over. It keeps coming back. Just ignore it. Or too painful. Too painful to deal with. As warriors of the light, we have the ability within us to look at these things and to transmute them. We are being given this opportunity to heal ourselves so that we may truly fulfill God's plan. This isn't to say that it's easy. It may not be easy, but it's a blessing. So as these things come up, fear of your finances, just relax, because that's the other part of this, being a warrior of the light. We are confident in our abilities to transmute darkness into light. As warriors of the light, our armor and our defense is love, and our practices that we've been given throughout all different, many of us here at the Spirit of the Lotus have received so many tools. And this is all done through love. It is through love and calm. So peace, love, that we can face this darkness and transmute it into light. To look at it, to stand in the light, and somebody tells you something. There was a train crash in Belen yesterday. Transmute that into light. Transmute it all. Transmute it. Whatever comes at us from the outside, to heal here with the light. And it's actually healing us. Where was the accident? Within. Where someone might be sick, we are healing. We heal here. We can always send it out, but as we've been taught, it all starts here. And this is how we perform as warriors of the light. One of many of these internal struggles that we have are like insidious. We go along with them because we think it's okay. And the example that we'd like to talk about is this consciousness that we have here. I know, I see it around where I live, the United States, and it's with many different religions and like New Age spirituality, spiritual groups, and it's a form of sort of self-righteousness. And the way this self-righteousness works is people, a good example would be like, well, I just have to be here and do my best until I go to heaven. Waiting for that reward in heaven. Waiting to be rewarded by God for living a good life. Doing your best to follow scriptures, whatever religion it is. To achieve nirvana. To, I just have to hang in here. A lot of light workers here, and we know because we've experienced it, we need to just hang in here, and serve God and live our purpose, and then once we're finished doing our best here, we'll be rewarded. If you believe in reincarnation, my next life will be a better life. And this sentiment takes a lot of different forms in different religions and forms of spirituality. I just have to stay on this planet. I just have to do this. And what we're asking here is that truly love for God and truly love for our brothers and sisters? In education, they teach us not to be, they call it external motivation. If you behave a certain way, you're going to get this reward. Or extrinsic, something that's outside of you. Being a warrior of the light doesn't mean grinning and bearing it your whole life, waiting for the light, waiting for the reward, fighting, struggling, doing your best, and this constant battle that we fight with ourselves. And this the situation that people have where we may get sentimental or longing or almost like a depression type of feeling. It can be pretty subtle. And when it's not subtle in that you don't feel it, because we do feel it. It's subtle in that we don't realize what we're doing to ourselves and to our relationship with God. What are we doing to prevent our own best life of living in God's will? And it's a form of self-righteousness. And we've talked about spiritual, I think it's called spiritual hierarchy or elitism. I'm so spiritual and I'm here on this world being a light worker, being a warrior in the light. And, you know, poor me. So during this season of light, which it is the season of light, and it is a blessing, like it's during Hanukkah time right now too. We have to really look at ourselves and see where we are not letting the light shine. Where are we holding ourselves back constantly? From when we were little, perhaps from a past life. And to focus the light on that area. On that one area. Just take one area and love it. Bring it to light, calm, you know, peacefully. Let it be peaceful. Let it move. Don't struggle against it. And as these feelings come up, just let them move. Let them move with light. Let them be enlightened now. Not waiting for a future or a future reward. In education, we're taught, like, we want the students to have this intrinsic motivation. And I mean, how do you develop that? It's very complicated because everybody kind of has their differences. So we're all unique individuals of God, manifestations of God. Do we have intrinsic motivation to be warriors of the light? Where does that come from? And then perhaps recognizing that we are warriors of the light. We are that. There's no need to struggle. There's no need to wait. Because it's all happening right now. It is good. And practice this awareness. And this is just one trap that we're talking about right now with the waiting for the external reward of being a light worker or a warrior in the light. We're more than that. We are so much more than that. And it's good. during this time, it's not just light over darkness. The light continues. Even if we don't believe it. Even if our faith wavers. If our belief wavers. It's not necessarily based on us. If my, like the dark night of the soul, if my faith wavers, if I lose my faith, the light does not stop. The light continues. And we are that. We have the opportunity to be conscious of this. And we're humans, so we waver, but we have the opportunity to be conscious, super conscious, and to accept this reality and trust the light. Trust God. Believe in God. Just like feel it, have faith, know it, see it. Realize it. And it's working with or without us. We have the opportunity to, we've been given the opportunity to work with God. Just if you're here at the Spirit of the Lotus or any form of practicing your spirituality and saying, let the light burn. Keep me safe. Take care of me. It is, and we are that. So it is a very exciting time right now because, well, it's the season. It's a very beautiful season of light, reminding us to trust. And look at how do we shut other people down. We're shutting ourselves down when we do that. That's impossible. Good luck with that. Everything we're doing to other people, we're doing to ourselves. Where do we shut ourselves down and go back into the darkness? Gently lead it to the light. Don't struggle. Breathe, relax. And let the light work. The light will work. The light works. It is working. So it's a very holy time. And that's who we are as warriors of the light. This constant watchfulness, awareness, loving our enemy. May you have a beautiful, happy Hanukkah right now, and we are going to go into deep level meditation. So please prepare for deep level meditation.